Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to talk about Brittany Dawn's Christian retreat that she heavily advertises, and one actually just happened. So I wanted to go over the event and what you get for how much money, and we're going to talk about it. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I have not focused on this side of Brittany Dawn in a video by itself. I've mentioned in passing that she does these, I call them Jesus camps just because it's a little more lighthearted, but she actually calls them retreats. And I was always really curious, like, how much is it to go meet an influencer scammer who utilizes her religion as a shield and as a way to say that she can do no wrong, even though she scammed tons of people. And on top of it, she, in my opinion, her and her husband neglected their dog's needs or their dog, singular. When they left him unsupervised, he got out and was hit by a car, and instead of getting him either life-saving medical care or end-of-life care, her husband took things into his own hands and shot the dog, and that was the end of Brody. So I went onto her website, and it says, showing there is freedom in imperfection and peace in your broken pieces through sisterhood in Jesus. Now, I am all for if praying is part of your mental health process, or you've healed yourself through trauma by going to church or leaning on faith, that is amazing. The reason that I have a problem with Christian influencers is because they sell tickets to these stupid events, and many times they encourage people to just pray a little more, just come to one of my retreats, instead of seeking help from medical professionals, counselors, therapists, and a lot of these Christian influencers, from what I've seen, also try to steer people away from taking things like antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication, or any other medication that you might need to help with mood stabilization, anything mental health related. So on her website, it starts out by saying in January 2021, we hosted the very first She Lives Free retreat in Austin, Texas. Since then, we've hosted 4 more retreats where we've had the honor of watching women walk into freedom with Jesus. In April, She Lives Freed will be hosting their very first one-day event in Fort Worth, Texas. This will be a gospel-centered day with God-fearing women. I, along with several other powerhouse speakers, will be sharing our hearts on preparing for difficult seasons, staying faithful on your walk with the Lord, and how our seasons of difficulty often lead us to our kingdom calling. If you don't know what your kingdom calling is, then you're coming to the right place. She Lives Freed is a space where all are welcome, every past has redemption, and each story has a God-given purpose. Now, it's funny because right now, current day, and leading up to this event that just happened, Brittany Dawn is also someone who is judging women who have had an abortion and telling women that if they need to have an abortion, then that is a bad decision, even though she knows nothing about them, nothing about their lifestyle, their financial position, their mental health, status, why they might be facing that decision. And, I've kind of, there for a while, I thought twice. I was like, do I want to have this conversation or do I not? And I think that anyone with a platform is allowed to share their stance, just like Brittany Dawn is allowed to share her stance. I can also share my stance, which is the exact opposite. And I think it's important to give an outlet to both sides. But telling people that they are flat out wrong and they need to be redeemed for making a decision that's best for them is something that I will not agree with. So now it goes into the details. So it says it's going to happen at the social space in Fort Worth, Texas. You will receive details via email upon signing up. It just happened April 30th. The cost, $125. First of all, that is a lot of money, in my personal opinion, to go meet a greedy, scammy influencer who, in my opinion, I'm not even sure if she is a full believer in a lot of the things that she says, or if it's just part of her brand, because I don't believe a word that she says. It goes on to say, this price will cover your entry and dinner. I mean, I would hope bare minimum that I'm getting dinner, because the fee to meet a scammy influencer is definitely not worth $1. It goes on to say, we will have vendor booths, bring some cash if you want to buy their products, giveaways, a coffee cart, and more. Please keep in mind that this one-day event does not include your travel or stay. However, we do have a room blocks at the AC Hotel in Aloft in Fort Worth. So you have to pay for your airfare, your hotel, $125 for the entry, which covers your dinner. And then let's talk about, if you're going there and you're going to make it a weekend, then you have to worry about all of the other meals that you're going to have while you're there. As I said, also airfare. And even if you live somewhat local, most people, unless they are super, super close to this event, they would at least make it an overnight trip. So even people that are kind of local might still have to worry about a hotel. And it goes on to the schedule. All the details on the schedule, speakers, and blah, blah, blah will be sent out after you're enrolled. And so it's like you're kind of going into this not knowing what to expect, except that it's Christ-focused and it's a gospel-centered weekend. But you want me to pay $125 and the event is kind of going to be a surprise? I know that there's a coffee cart, but what else? So now it goes into a little bit more detail. This gives a little bit more info. Breakfast and coffee introductions, morning worship, first speaker, breakout sessions, lunch and booths, second speaker, dating and marriage panel, which I'm sure that is just going to be like purity galore, purity culture galore. You're going to go to hell if you have sex before marriage kind of thing. It goes on to dinner, worship, closing regards, and goodbyes. And then it goes into some of the FAQs. Will meals be provided for the duration of my stay? Dinner will be provided on Saturday. For lunch, we'll have food trucks available. There will be snacks, coffee, and tea as well. So that goes back to what I was saying. You still need to worry about having money for other meals, which is pretty obvious. Safety concerns. We will have security on premise. And then transportation. And there's some photos of her last retreat. Honestly, this is not even me just being a pessimist like I am a lot of times. You guys know I deal with the facts. My honest opinion, I cannot believe that anyone would pay $125 to go to an event that is being hosted. And, she is a very active participant in this event. She is a well-known scammer, and she is someone who is in an active lawsuit with the state of Texas. And she's hosting this event, collecting money off of tickets, giving people the bare minimum as to what to expect for the $125, except the fact that there's going to be a lot of prayers and dinner served. The other thing that I find really interesting is the fact that this is happening right now when she's in the middle of the active lawsuit. Who's to say that someone doesn't buy a ticket? Obviously, it went fine because we're on May 8th right now. Who's to say someone who hated Brittany Dawn for what she's done doesn't buy a ticket to this event and come and approach her? What would they do? Do you know what I mean? These influencer meetups I always find so interesting because the first thing that I think about are parasocial relationships and actual haters that hate the influencer for one reason or another. So in-person meetups to me are just a big red flag. And I know that that's a personal decision, but when you spend your time online scamming people, deflecting away criticism, calling people haters, and shoving evangelical Christianity down everyone's throats and telling them how they are making the wrong decision, even if getting an A is the best decision for them. That's just what a way to make money online. What a way to go through your time as an influencer. This is someone who has grifted from the fitness lifestyle to Christianity influencer. Next, I guarantee it, she's going to be done with the Christian influencer thing, and her next thing is going to be mommy vlogging. I see it coming. I think that the Christianity will still be a strong part of her presence, but she will have been found out by then, and it will be time to move on to something else. It's like she tries to erase her identity, and here I am, a new person. I'm a new influencer in a brand new community, and that's just who she is. So no, I would never spend $1 to meet Brittany Dawn, and I would not pay 25 cents to be baptized by her, and I would not pay 5 cents to have her read me a part of the Bible. I think it's a complete sham, and I'm just still waiting for those people that she scammed to be repaid, so at least that part is taken care of. But this is no. It's a no for me. So either way, I did want to share this. I've never known what the price was. So once I saw that, I was intrigued and wanted to share it with you guys. Would you guys pay $125 to go to an event like this? What if it wasn't being hosted by Brittany Dawn? And what if it was being hosted by some kind of non-problematic influencer? I don't know. I would never pay $125 to meet any YouTuber influencer. I think that's just crazy. So either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.